hear JIBs, go fuck yourself.
That smooth shit, criminal shit, real life shit. Yo, sometimes I understand why the sky's blue. Pain and suffering is all I knew. I look back and thank God, cause those things change you. I'm just happy that I made it through with just a few bruises and scars. Don't care about the loot or the cause. I do it for the stories that I spit through these bars. Cause money can't buy my experience. I never stopped asking questions, I was always curious. I'm the oldest in my family, so I'm the father figure. How I look out for my brothers, how I look out for my niggas. So don't get mad at me if I try to give you advice, but I just don't wanna see you fuck up your whole life. You just gotta know what's wrong from right. Gotta plan every move you make. Gotta make it precise, cause this life is a beast, it'll swallow your whole. If you don't take control, grab a hold of your soul. This life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life, this life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life, this life. When I was young, I had nobody to look up to. Mom and dad got separated, so my attitude was fuck you. Even if I wanted deep down inside, I couldn't trust you if I felt the wrong vibe without thinking I would fuck you. But those were my defenses, couldn't help it. I was selfish, I didn't really know better. I was the hardest to be dealt with. But you're my brother, you don't wanna be like me. Cause I seen things in this world you really don't wanna see. You don't know how fucked up people can be. It's best to learn from my mistakes, son, take it from me. I wish I can open your eyes so you can see. In this life nothing ever comes free, cause at the end there's a fee. And you lose your life, so enjoy it with your loved ones. Cause you don't really know pain until you lost one. So stay on the wrong path and hope for the best. In this life you can't buy, you gotta earn the respect. This life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life, this life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life.
I wanna shout out to my siblings. I know I wasn't there, but even 15 years couldn't take away the care and the bond that we share. Life isn't fair, daddy wasn't there, but I keep him in my prayers. Life is too short to be living yesteryear, but when I reminisce, I just gotta shed a tear. My sister got a baby boy, he's going on 2 years, and my little sister's graduation, I couldn't be there. My little brother's Down syndrome always got me scared, because I know he can't recall the good times that we share. Can someone tell my brothers that I love them, that I care, and when I get on, I'ma take them everywhere. But until then, I just have them in my prayers. I just have them in my prayers, yeah.
This life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life, this life, you gotta be able to see it. This life, you gotta be able to breathe it. This life, you gotta be able to bleed it. This life, this life, this life, this life, this life.